Okay, we're back on the streets today. It's day 5. They were starting to blur there for a minute. Day 5, and today we're headed to a town called Grass. As we talked about yesterday, since the train had a problem with the train tracks, we're going to take the bus. And there's a perfume factory there in Grass. It's the perfume capital of the world, and it's got quite a history. I think it started around the 9th century. Napoleon was there. A lot of stuff going on in Grass. It's kind of a small town, but they say it's worth seeing. So we'll go check it out, and we're going to ride the bus number 610. So the bus station is right next to the train, so it should be pretty easy to find. I'm not sure of the schedule, but we'll continue on. Sounds like we have an organ player for our tunnel music today. Donated to the music fund. Okay, that was successful. We're on the bus 610 on our way to Grass. Okay, the bus trip across town was successful. I asked the driver to let me off at Fragonard, which is actually where the museum is. And you can see the people behind me. They're, I think, waiting for a tour. So I'll head over there and see what's going on with the museum. Must be one of the machines they make the perfume with. We're out in the front courtyard. Okay, we're inside the museum. I'm not sure if there's any tours today. I don't think I'm allowed to take photographs inside as well, so we'll go up to the front tourist desk and see what happens there. Okay, so far the perfume factory was a total blowout. I found out there's Fragonard and Molinard and a couple others. That was Molinard that we went to. It wasn't actually Fragonard, and I think Fragonard is the one that has the tours. This one has no tours today. It's reserved for a large group. So I tried to go in there, but I got kicked out. So now we're going to take a 10-minute walk up the street to find Fragonard. This seems to be a pretty typical view in this town, closed up, kind of dried up town. I guess the perfume's one of the only things left. We'll go to the city center and see what's there. I had to look through some houses here. I'm not sure if we're going to get another view, but it's really nice, rolling hills and mountains. Definitely an old looking city. Typical houses up on a hill. I noticed the electrical wires in the town still have glass insulators. Old stuff. Keep some of that old town charm. I don't know exactly where I am. I think I'm still headed in the right direction, but nothing looks familiar on the signs. I think we're still headed uphill into town. Okay, I see a sign in the distance. It says Fragonard. We're on the right track. Okay, I like this town more already. They're human here. Okay, we made it to the center of town in Grass, and it's got a real nice feel to it. It's nice flags, good view. Go over and take a look at this view. Hold on. Looks like it says Washington. I'm sure that's not George Washington. I don't think he was French. Nice view of the town, open area on the mountains. It's sunny, the breeze is blowing, it's about 75 degrees. Perfect day for sightseeing. Okay, looks like the museum is coming up. This fountain in the center of town. Palace de Congress. Okay, looks like we made it to Fraggle Rock. We're there. Okay, we definitely made it to the tourist section of town. Okay, you can see there's a cool statue behind me, and like most museum tours, step one is check what time of day it is and see if it's feeding time. So it's actually 12:30, so I'm going to need to take a break for lunch before I go on a tour of the museum. So we'll get back with you after lunch. Okay, we seem to have a working fountain here to get cooled off. Seems like a very old town. Okay, here I am at a local perfume store, and they actually have a factory right here in the store. And the lady was very nice. She let me come in and take a look at where they make the perfume. Oh, these are different bottles of fruit and fragrance and jasmine and vanilla and citrus flavors. And it's my own private tour. He's got his tongue sticking out. I thought it was a statue at first. There's an interesting musty smell in the air of old. Okay, I made it to the lunch spot. I'm going to have some spaghetti with bolognese sauce. I guess you say it differently, but that's how I said it. She said what? So I think it's bolognese or something, but we'll find out from Elena later. Well, this is definitely the oldest street I've seen yet. It smells like there should be mushrooms growing in here. So lunch was a total success. I had spaghetti and of course a Coca-Cola and meat sauce. Everything was fantastic, something I'm very used to. So now we're gonna go check out this tour in the museum. I don't know if I'll be able to film in there, so see what happens. So we actually are allowed to take pictures inside the museum. It looks like there's a series of spices, fruits, vegetables, I don't know, pretty much everything. Mix it all together in just the right amount. There's a picture of some of the things that are accepted in there. Different parts of the world. Also seems to be some sort of distillery type pot. Probably heat and pressure. Goes up over the tube, down into the vat. So you can see all the storage vats behind me. Those were put in the distillery room to catch what came out of the presses. Judging from the coils inside this vat, there's some kind of heating and cooling process definitely going on. I'm not sure what that bag is. I can't really tell if it's mushrooms or peanut shells. It just smells like nothing. So, don't think that's going to be making any great perfume yet. I found a tour guide in English. It seems it takes 100 tons of roses to make 1 liter of oil. So it's amazing the process. They actually used to put the individual jasmine pieces on lard. And that's the old-fashioned way. And now we've progressed up to the still. And Grasse is known for jasmine and roses, actually, not grass.
Your perfume in here minimum 5 years. Now in your glass or crystal bottle, your perfume may oxidize and you can keep your perfume maximum 2 years. Makes a big difference simply between the bottles. All of this gold and aluminum contains perfumes for the ladies. And for you gentlemen, I'm really sorry. No perfume. By the way, I see you are so sad. We did think on you. What we have for you is on the toilet in this small bottle. Here we go. If you think it's not big enough, let me know. Oh, because if you want it, you can choose out the size too. On the shelf. You did. So no complaint, gentlemen. We did think on you, right? Silver is for you on the toilet, and gold is perfume for the ladies. Now you have seen the packaging. You can go on. So follow me to the next room. We go on the right, please. Three weeks, then we filter it in that big machine. Excuse me. The big machine which is just right there. That machine can filter 200 liters per hour. Now if I need only 30 or 50 liters, I'm not going to use the big machine. I'm going to filter the products by hand through these filters, which works as a coffee filter. The only difference between these and the coffee filters that you can see yourself is just the, that's right, it's just the size. It's a little bit bigger than for your coffee machine, right? But it depends on your coffee machine. Yeah, mine is smaller. Once the products are filtered, they go to the first room into the bottles. So this is the final step before packaging. As you see, the tour is backwards. Any questions? That was good. Why? I was waiting for this question. Because we are in France.
It's good enough.
80% alcohol. Or the toilet is 10% essence, 10% water, and 80% alcohol. So as you see in the perfume, you find double quantity of the oil and there is no water. That's why we say perfume is more concentrated or it will stay longer. But in a shop, or in the shops, which one do you buy? I know that, you do. Why? Cheap. That's right, so you know it too, just like him. It's cheaper.
No, I buy the most expensive, never the cheaper one, because you only get what you pay for.
You're definitely right. You use my words, actually.
Exactly.
You need to use more to survive.
Exactly. The other shot is a bigger bottle and cheaper,
that's right.
but you use much more of it to hold the fragrance the whole day long. With the perfume, you apply a little bit and that's gonna stay for a whole day long, or for the whole week actually, if you don't wash yourself. That's personal or
That's a bit
economic. One thing to remember, the more oil you got in the fragrances, the better and longer it stays on your clothes or on your skin. Water and alcohol will evaporate, so you're nothing good. You took my words, you got what you paid for.
Exactly right.
I'm doing the same thing.
That's the one.
I know. It costs a lot of money to learn it. Here we make 1,000 soaps a day. We are perfumers, so we buy the soap and don't make it. This is the pure soap we buy. Got no color, no smell, made of the coconut oil. We place the pure soap into that mixer in a bag with 3% essence and a colorant. Once they are colored and perfumed, the soap gonna go into the first machine, which reduces the soap into flakes or shavings. You can say also like lasagna, like for the pasta. Those flakes, they go into the second machine right there. If you don't see it, you can come closer, huh? Okay, it's good. Then the flakes, this goes into the second machine. Machine heats up the soap. Soap comes out in a bar form like this. You cut it up in pieces, and the pieces, they go under the stamp, and the stamp gonna give the definitive shape of the soap. Now let me show you the presentation of the soap we make here. Well, I guess you know the box because it's quite international. I guess you know the box, right? You've seen it when you came in. Now what is in here is more original. You have seen it when you came in. You got the eggs and they are perfumed with different flowers of the area. You have jasmine, rose, lavender, and so on. One useful advice, you should never ever use these eggs in your omelets. Won't be good. You can always try, but no, it won't.
You do that first that shape.
Yeah, here. Look. So, in the other two factories, we make the rest of the soap. Here, only the eggs. Any question about soap? About the guys, girls, no? Then we go on. Go on to the table that you see in front of you. On that table, you have 500 different essences. In front of that table, where's the famous? Yes. Very good. The nose works there. 2 or 3 hours a day. To become a nose, what do we need?
No.
You definitely need a nose, right?
Very good senses though.
Yeah, so you need a good nose, but not a huge one. So you definitely need a good nose. 2 years study and 7 years of practice. After 9 years, they can recognize 350 different essences. Later on, some of them can recognize 3,000 different essences. That's why there are not so many of them in the world. You got only 50. Most are freelancers, they would work for anyone. For example, for celebrities. Today you go to the perfume shops, you find fragrances from Celine Dion, Britney Spears, David Beckham. Now, if you want to have your own personalized perfume, you can have it because I told you the noses are freelancers. If you want to do this, you simply have to pay the nose about 35,000 euro and you have your own personalized perfume. Now, if you find it too expensive, it's better you buy some by Fragrant. It's much cheaper. Now, here in Graz you find about 40 different perfume factories. The difference between these factories and ours, the Fragrant doesn't work with other brands. We make other perfumes and we sell it self. We have the 3 factories and we got 7 boutiques in Paris. For the rest, you won't find these perfumes because we don't distribute them. We got a different way of marketing, and this is the reason if you don't know fragrance, it's completely normal. To make a perfume, it's not that easy because you need from 20 to 250 different essences. You must choose between 3,000. This is the reason it could take 2 months, 6 months, or a whole year to make just one single perfume. And after all, that's going to take us 5 minutes to buy it. Or to judge it, it's no good. And probably the guy was working a year on it. Any question?
All right, so that completes the tour of the perfume factory. We're still here at Fragonard. We're all through with the tour. As you can see, I did find something good for Elena. I like the smell. I found out that when you wear perfume, the person wearing it actually can't smell it, so I thought I'd get something that I like since I'm the one that's going to be smelling it all day anyway. So we're gonna go continue the tour. I did find the mad scientist lady who makes her own. I kind of like one of the smells there too, so I may be suckered into getting 2 bottles today. But we'll continue our tour of Grasse, France.
C'est un petit coup parce que ma copine, elle...
There's a plaque in the street. I'm assuming the G is for Grasse, the crest.
J'ai pas fait attention.
Okay, so here we are in Grasse. I did get 2 more bottles of perfume from Guy Bouchard. He's a custom perfume maker, and his products actually smell better than the Perfume Factory. He's like the mad scientist. I took some videos earlier, and there's hundreds of bottles in the back of his shop, and he just sits there like a chemist mixing it all up. And actually his percentages of perfume are better than what they've got in the mass-produced line. And it's really about 12% in eau de toilette and about 20% in perfume. But the difference is of each ingredient, what percentage of pure product is there. Usually there's only about 65% and the rest is synthetic. And on the mass-produced stuff, they'll actually put a higher percentage of synthetic in there, and that's why it doesn't last as long or have as deep and rich of an aroma, you know, even though it's the same products. So that's what we learned about perfume today. And I got the guy's card. I'm definitely going to buy stuff in the future from him as well. Hopefully Elena will like the smell. So we're waiting for the 6:10 bus since I did make it to the station. It leaves in about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to have to go by the Orange store, which is the telephone store, to get a recharge. It seems that I've used most of my internet minutes. I got a text that was written in French, but I didn't understand it, so I asked some of the locals, and they told me about I needed to call a certain phone number, but we're going to go right into the store so I can get the right amount of minutes to last the rest of the trip. So that's it for now. I thought I'd take just a final scenic view of Grasse before I leave, and as you can see, I actually did find some grass. It's right here. Mostly the only grass I've seen in the town of Grasse, but at least it exists, and looks like it's been here a while. It's getting ready to seed, so it's some pretty old grass. And there's some dried up grass too. See, when you look around, there's grass everywhere in Grasse. There's more grass over there. As long as I was here, I thought I'd take a picture of the future of Grasse. This is the Grasse seed. Okay, we're back on the bus heading towards Cannes, and everything went good. The bus left on time. It left at 4 o'clock, so we should get back before 5. We'll have to walk home from the train station, and that'll give me some time to go to the spa, maybe swim in or do a little bit of steam room and a workout before Elena gets home from work. Okay, now we're back in Cannes, the usual hustle bustle of the city. I know the streets, I know where I'm going. Been here for a week now, so I'm on the hunt for the phone store to recharge my internet minutes. Okay, I just got done at the phone store. It seems that I really did have plenty of minutes and internet time left. There's actually no way for them to tell, but it was just a advertisement, and the girl in the lunch restaurant place, she read it and translated it into I need to add minutes or internet time to my phone. So I opted not to do that. I'll just wait till the pop-up comes up and says you're out of internet time. So that's it. On our way back to the hotel, another successful day 5. Okay, we're back on the streets of Cannes today. It's day 6, and as you can see behind me, there's some scooters, and today's adventure is going to be to rent a scooter and see if we can figure out the streets of Cannes. So I'm going to rent a 125, which is a medium size. I don't think I'll be able to go on the highway. It may go fast enough, but it'd be quite a shaky ride, so we'll probably pass on the highway part. But you know, it'll be an adventure. There's a lot of one-way streets, and so we'll figure everything out. I think I'm going to end up heading west on the Ocean Road, and I also have to do some laundry today as well, so this will be a good opportunity. I think it's about a 20-minute walk, so it'll be a lot easier to take the laundry up on the moped or scooter, as it were, than walking. So we'll see how this adventure goes. Okay, so here we are at the scooter rental store. I've got my helmet on, should be good. Here's my trusty steed. I don't know what it is. It's a 125 scooter. So we're off and running, and I'll check back in after I go for a ride. There's a lot of one-way streets, and as you can see, there seems to be some confusion. This white arrow used to be yellow, I guess, and they tried to clear it off because this is a one-way street actually in the other direction according to that sign. So this should be quite a project figuring out this town. So we'll keep in touch. Okay, so I made it back to the street where the hotel is with the scooter. I went hunting the laundromat down, and I think it took me almost 2 hours to find it. I didn't bother looking up the word for laundromat, so that was kind of a mistake, but I did eventually find it. So now I'm going to go back in the hotel, get some laundry, and see if I'll get changed to actually do the laundry, since I know where the laundromat is. And the streets are amazing here. It's all one way, and you know, it took me 2 hours to go about a mile. Okay, today I opted for Chinese food, and we've got sriracha, so everything's going to be good. As you can see, it's quite a feast. So time for lunch. Okay, had a very successful lunch. The Chinese food was just what I expected, and now we're off and running again. I'm going to try and find a gas station, and I'm supposed to get Super 98, whatever that is. And also, I think we'll take a drive up the coast for a couple hours and see if we can find any nice beaches to take videos of as well. Okay, we're going to try and get you a little picture of how it looks like from the scooter view. By the marina. Yes, I'm riding one-handed. I know it's windy on the microphone. Speed limit's 50 here, so that's 50 kilometers. We got to stay with it. pebbles, and as you can see, the beach is quite narrow, but it's a really beautiful beach. It's sandy, whereas up north in Nice, it's actually pebbles. So that's something I really like about this area, is the sand on the beaches. Okay, we're going to take a walk down to the beach, check out the sand, go by the water. We're at the Mediterranean Sea. The water is quite warm. It's actually warmer than the beach we were just at in North Carolina a couple weeks ago. So even though there's nobody here swimming at this beach, it's quite easy to swim in. And there off in the distance we've got the cruise ships, and that would be in Cannes. So we're just a few miles up the coast now. As you can see, they're quite open here. We have a picture of some of the local wildlife. Okay, this looks like the water sports beach. Mandalay na Napoli. I don't know where that is, but here we are. Seems to be some sort of traffic jam up here. Truck in the middle of the road. Okay, we're still in this Napoli town, or whatever you call it, so we're going to chain up the scooter here. I've got this apparatus that we use with a chain and a lock. Put it through the tire, and as you can see, it's quite a robust system here. We'll get everything locked up so that this scooter here on the way back, the insurance covers an accident if there's another vehicle involved, but it does not cover theft. So you don't see any scooters here that aren't locked. So we're going to get ours locked up too, and then we're going to go explore. It looks like we found some kind of fort, so we'll go check out and see what that is next. Okay, so as you can see, we're back on foot. We're heading into this fort and see what we can find. There's the broken glass up top. That's to keep the birds out, so they don't crap all over the wall. And this is just looks like the side of the fort. We're actually not to the entrance yet, so let's head over there and see what we can see here. Okay, Chateau de la Napoli. Don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm sure Elena will be correcting me. Interesting figures. Looks like a couple of skinny monkeys. Nice door, that's for you, Elena. Okay, here we are in the garden. I just found out it's a pay area, so it was €3.50 to walk the garden, and there's an extra $3 to go to the museum that's in the fort, castle, whatever she called it. And I have to do laundry today, so I opted not to do that because the tour is not for another 40 minutes. So we're just going to walk around the garden here and see what it looks like. It's really pretty, lots of stuff going on. It's very green. It's warm out today again. It's sunny. Got a cool bell up in the tower. It's nice. Nice and relaxing. I may actually just go and sit on this bench, take a break, and soak in the garden. You can all relax with me. Okay, I'm not much of a sitter. That's enough relaxing. There's a temporary art exhibit going on here, sculptures from a Belgian artist and a French artist, and we have a giant elephant over here, and it's actually made out of car tires, interestingly enough. So we'll take a walk over there as we move around to the other side of the garden. Sure looks like France. And a bit of the local wildlife. Okay, I got a brochure from the visitor station up there, and I think what I'll do is just let you soak in some of the beauty of this chateau's garden, and I'll read you a little bit of history. Have to brush up on my French here. It comes in French only. No, I'm only kidding. Set in an idyllic beachfront location overlooking the Bay of Cannes, the Chateau de la Napoli is open to visitors every day of the year. I'm going to add for a fee because I just paid it. The chateau and its story are closely linked to an American couple, Henry and Marie Cloos, artists and visionaries, who, after buying the ruined medieval fortress in 1919, worked tirelessly to bring it back to life. The result of their relentless efforts, enthusiasm, and inspirational talent is the neo-medieval castle we know today. The chateau is surrounded by a park revealing an eclectic mix of influences and populated by strange creatures carved in the local red stone of the Estrelle by Henry Cloos himself, 1876 to 1937. The atmosphere of the Belle Epoque, as well as the inspiration and genius of this extraordinary couple, can be felt in every corner of the chateau. Come and share the life of the Cloos. Discover the artist studio with a guided tour that we're going to skip that will delight the whole family. Explore the park and its verdant maze with your children. A veritable treasure hunt. Enjoy the peace and magic of the castle and its surroundings. When finished your visit with lunch and a tasty snack in our tea room on the terrace directly overlooking the Mediterranean, inevitably one of the best views of the Côte d'Azur. Lovers of mystery, of the unexpected, of art, will be enthralled by the enchanting atmosphere of this unique place. And that's it. Okay, let's go see what we can find carved in the stone. Here's one of the pieces of art that is on exhibit from the French sculptor. Another one up top over here. I'm not sure if my, oh wow, there's a piece up there too. I'm not sure if my 350 euro gets me into this section of the chateau, but in my usual tradition, just go in and see if you get kicked out. That's the best way to find out. You really have to be here to feel how nice this is. The sun's beating down, nice breeze. It's quiet. All the city noise is gone. I hear an owl or something in the background, and some kind of dove maybe. Oh, it's an ugly tree with some leaves on it. That's for Lisa. Makes some nice shade. It's a very dense tree. You can see the crosses there where they would shoot the bow and arrow or crossbow for defense. I just have to zoom in on everything since we're not going in the chateau. That tower seems to be one of the oldest structures here. It's definitely not reconditioned at all. And there's a seagull perched up at the top. We'll see if we can zoom in enough to get him. Yeah, he's made a home right there. It's interesting how they made the water drain pipe so decorative. You can see the view of the Mediterranean. See that? We didn't have to pay the extra 350 euro, did we? You got a view of some of the artwork in there. There seems to be ornamental designs carved in just about every corner. Even the hinges on the door looks like a cross between an anchor and a crossbow. Maybe original stuff, judging from the metalwork. Almost looks like it was hand pounded out steel. I see a sign that says toilets, and I've learned in France if you see a toilet sign, you never pass it up. There may not be another for a long time. Well, this garden is huge. It just keeps going on and on. Definitely got my €350 worth here. Looks like we can actually go upstairs as well. I don't know if we paid for this, but go and see if you get kicked out. You know the motto. There's a sculpture of 2 dogs, maybe greyhounds, not 3 dogs. And they're actually made out of car tires, if you can tell. Those on this one look actually like motorcycle tires. The back legs looks like a different kind of tread, probably from a bicycle. Boy, what a great view of the marina through this wall. Back in the 18th century when this was built, I'm sure they weren't looking out at a marina, but it sure is nice. Seems to be a ceramic blue ball structure in the middle of this fountain. Maybe a bird bath. Or it may just be a ceramic blue ball. Our local wildlife. It's the William P. Wood Studio. Somebody must have liked to paint up there. Okay, we're walking around the Mediterranean side of the fort now.
Do you have like a standing arrangement with anyone particular?
Okay, but ought to do a pretty good job of keeping the birds off, I'd say. Glass and barbed wire. He does a pretty good job of keeping me off too. Okay, it's about 2:30, so I need to start working my way back up the coast. Head east now to get back. We'll make sure the scooter's still there. And then I gotta go do some laundry. There's some yellow flowers in the tree way up there. Some kind of vine grew. The trees here are huge. This is definitely some old growth. It's like a trap. I'm trying to get back to the scooter, but it's a maze, just as they said, and everything's so beautiful I don't want to leave. It's like some kind of sarcophagus. It's actually a giant flower pot. There's the giant elephant made of tires. Okay, we're back out on the streets and I can see the scooter, so that's a good sign. Okay, we'll see if we get Super Lock undone here and get back on the road. Okay, we're back on the road again, heading to the hotel, do the laundry. Okay, I stopped in at the local roadside stand for a coca, as the locals say it. One of these little stands. Yeah, old Ford's Die Hard, baby. 67 LTD. This is probably a Country Squire wagon. What a blast from the past. Yeah, Country Squire right there. Man, this thing's old and nice, rusty floor. I think originally it may have come with wood panels on the sides. The tailgate probably opens both ways like a pickup truck and sideways. What a beauty. Okay, we're back in Cannes to do some city driving. Casino. Famous red carpet over there on the right. maze of one-way streets. I'm trying to figure out how to get back to the hotel. It's LA Pizza. Just like LA Fitness, right, Elena? Okay, I'm in town, still working on the maze of one-way streets. Okay, as you can hear from all the construction noise and see, we're back at the hotel. I'm here to tell the tale of the scooter, and in my trusty steed, it served me well. There it is. Okay, we're back on the road. As you can see, I got my backpack full of dirty laundry, and we're headed over to the laundromat. Okay, made it to the laundromat. Everything's going good. Found the right amount of money. Found out where to get the soap. Got the wash in the machine, so we're going to have a successful mission. Okay, back on foot. I have my backpack. Laundry's done. Scooter was a total success. I kind of hate to see it go, but gotta get back on the foot. And then today's Friday, so tomorrow I'll be with Elena, and we're going to Nice, I believe. It's going to be the Saturday. She's got the whole weekend off, and then I'll continue on next week with my project. So we'll keep in touch. Day 6, very successful.